Hello, how y'all doing? Now, I want to ask you, what's up with the corners? Black men, y'all still hanging out in the corners. They did it a lot when I was a teenager, and they probably did it way before. I mean, in my mother's day, my grandmother's day, just sitting in the corner doing nothing. Why don't black men understand if you don't work, you're not going to eat? Okay. Man shall, why don't they understand that God ordained in Genesis chapter 1, man shall work by the sweat of his brow? Why is it that black men don't understand that? Okay, they're not pretty enough to be a model. Look, what's on the corner is just nappy head black men who haven't taken a shower, don't have on no clean drawers, just nappy head black men who ain't going nowhere, ain't doing nothing. They're not doing nothing because I saw them when I was a teenager. They don't work anywhere. They don't cut grass. They don't have any hobbies. They don't read books. They don't go to the library and get a free book. Um, They don't build anything. That's why they don't build anything. They don't garden. They don't plant anything. They don't even plant a squash. They don't do nothing. That's the life story of black men on the corner. They don't do nothing. I mean, where I'm from, in the spring and the summer and part of the fall, there'd be anywhere from 10 to 35 black men in the corner, okay? Because they weren't working anywhere. They fight each other, get in fights, and then they just watch everybody go by. Oh, I don't she look bad in shorts? Blah blah blah. Okay, but they weren't working. That's the bottom line. They totally weren't working. They weren't earning any money, so they getting free lunch at school. They dress terribly, but they're not working anywhere to combat that poverty, to combat the lack of clothing, all of that. They're not working anywhere, just on the corner. They got D's and F's and F minuses in high school. They're not doing anything to combat that either. They're not reading books, free books from the library. Like I said, it happened in my generation and probably going way back to the generation. It's idleness. And like some black woman, she'll have a nice, half decent restaurant. She's trying to have a business. These nappy head, nasty looking black men hanging out in front of her store. Now, I don't care how good a cook she is. I'm not going to go in there and get any food because I got to go past them. I got to go past those nappy head idiots looking at me, waiting for me to speak to them. So I don't care how good a cook she is. I'm not going in her store to get nothing. Because those stupid black men, they don't understand they're ruining her business. They don't understand that. I saw a black man in front of a Mexican restaurant, not doing nothing, just watching me at the stoplight. I saw another black man in an Indian store, in front of an Indian store, just sitting in the store doing absolutely nothing. Look, go home and garden. Go plant some squash. Go plant a watermelon. Go do something. Now, look, I would think, now look, I have seen black men hanging out up until now. I mean, yesterday, I see it all the time, just sitting on the corner doing nothing. And watching, you see what they're doing, sitting on a bus stop corner doing nothing. They're just doing nothing. Okay, like I said, they're idle. They're not reading nothing, building nothing. They're not studying nothing. Now, you don't see Asian men doing that. Asian men are always moving. If they on a corner, that means they're a barber. They're just waiting on another customer to come in. But they are using their motorcycles to deliver food. They planting gardens. They building houses. They doing something. Okay, but they're not sitting on the corner. Asian men, Chinese aren't. Japanese don't. Indonesians, South Vietnam, South Korea. You don't see those Asian people standing on the corner doing nothing. And look, you definitely see that. Don't see that among Indians. I mean, if an Indian don't sell but one basket a day, he'll stay on that corner. But he's doing something. He's going to do something. So all black men do is just argue with the hood rats. Okay, next thing you know, there's a shooting. Y'all need to get off that corner. Y'all need to go do something. Go read something. Go study something. Go cut some grass. I saw a black man just yesterday in front of the Walmart store doing nothing. And that's not going to cut it. He need to go out there, cut some grass and do something. Now look, my motto is I do more before 9 o'clock than most people do on a day. doing a day. And I do that. I do more before 9 a.m. than most people do in a day. I really do. Those black men can't even do half of what I do. And it's a shame. Trifling. And you know, you black men need to stop being so trifling. So lazy. You got laziness way up to another level. Y'all need to stop that. You need to go do something. Go work by the sweat of your brow. Bye.